My next patron question comes from Joshua, who has asked me to compare two films that center on protagonists who are intellectually disabled. Which is better, I Am Sam or Radio? Both of these two films depict a person with a developmental disability as the main title character, have not been well received in the same way as other developmental disability depictions, such as Rain Man and Forrest Gump, and have been described by some people as a case of the lead actor going full R-word, which I find incredibly disrespectful. I watched both of these movies for the first time recently, and the one I found myself preferring was I Am Sam. The film takes the form of a courtroom drama as it focuses on the titular character's custody battle for his daughter. I thought the film was able to show that Sam is a good father and does work really hard to raise his daughter Lucy properly. I also appreciate the relationship he forms with his lawyer. She does treat him with respect and as an adult and doesn't talk down to him despite his disability. I also have to give the film credit for casting a few actors who are intellectually disabled in real life as two of his friends. We understand their interests and personalities in the bond they form. The movie also presents precisely why the authority figures do have concern about whether Sam is able to raise Lucy, even though they don't know Sam quite like we the audience and his friends do. Lucy's possible foster parents are well handled, as we see the uncertainty about Sam, particularly the mother, but the movie properly shows the changing attitudes that eventually occur. Sean Penn's performance got a fair amount of criticism, even though it received an Oscar nomination, but I thought he turned in solid work. I do have a number of gripes with the movie, though. While Dakota Fanning gives a good performance as Lucy, her dialogue did not sound like how a 7-year-old would talk, but rather how a screenwriter thinks a 7-year-old talks. One thing that really got on my nerves was the cinematography. Sometimes the colors will change just to overemphasize the mood, like making a scene blue to convey that it's a sad scene. Or it'll suddenly play in slow motion, and the camera is constantly moving. It's a character drama. Just film it normally. It doesn't need these artistic flourishes. As for Radio, I thought its heart was in the right place, but the execution fell short. Even though Radio's name is in the title, the movie is really centered on Ed Harris's football coach, Harold Jones, and he is the only part of the movie that felt genuine. Yes, he does not really change much during the course of the movie, but I still liked him, and what makes him work is that he does not invite Radio to assist with the team out of any sort of personal gain. He does it because he's a genuinely good person, and we see him treat Radio with respect throughout the film. Unfortunately, Radio himself never feels like an actual fully developed character, and much of the humor in the film felt almost mocking towards him. I'm sure that was not the filmmaker's intention, but that's what it came across to me as. Cuba Gooding Jr. certainly gives the role a game try, but his performance comes dangerously close to being a caricature. Meanwhile, there's an early scene where the team does something so horrible and despicable the movie needed to work really hard to get me to buy into their eventual redemption, and it didn't. Coach Jones does not even give them that harsh a punishment, so it feels like they came off light. There's even a later scene where a few of the teammates also do something bad, and again their punishment is on the light side. I also have to mention the score. I think James Horner was a fantastic composer, and he has been responsible for so many great scores. However, his music for Radio just felt like it was pulling the heartstrings a little too much, and came across as treacly. Ultimately, aside from Coach Jones, all the other characters were written in such an obvious and broad way, and that added to the film's artificiality. Now let me know in the comments whether you think I'm Sam or Radio is the better film, and thank you for your question, Joshua.